So guys, I'm going to do a video on Otto Wallin. Just to coming up, we've heard some confirmation or some rumours that he could be Tyson Fury's possible opponent in September for his September bout. Obviously the usual reaction was, to a lot of people that don't know Otto Wallin, was he's another Tom Schwarz. There was possibilities of it being Jarrell Miller or Kubrat Pulev. Decent level. We had Trevor Burp, a lot of different, Trevor Bryan, different guys that were pulled in for it. I thought they would have gone for an American. Obviously Otto Wallin's not American, but again, we're gonna know a bit more about this guy. I'm gonna tell you guys a bit about him. I've watched him a couple of times. I was a bit surprised that they picked him, but again, we're gonna talk about this guy. We're gonna talk about him. We're gonna learn a bit more about him. We're gonna see if he's gonna be trouble for Fury. When it gets properly confirmed, I'll do a proper fight prediction and a fight review on the actual upcoming fight. But right now, we're just having a little insight on who the guy could possibly, on what his possible advantages against Fury could be and disadvantages. Just as who is he? Who is Otto Wallin? So he's 6'5", so he's a tall heavyweight. For today's heavyweights, we've got 6'6" and all that stuff, but he is quite big. He's 28 years old, so he's young. His average weight is 235, which is quite interesting. I'll go back to that. For a 6'5" guy, usually they weigh quite more. So he's a mobile heavyweight. He's quite light for a heavyweight. 235 pounds is probably the heaviest he'll be, which is interesting. Another interesting fact is he's sparred 100 rounds with Anthony Joshua. Some people may say that doesn't really mean that much because but if you didn't know, actually Anthony Joshua beat Otto Wallin twice on points in the amateurs, which is after that performance, that's when Joshua took him in for sparring. And here's what actually Otto Wallin had to say about it. He said, "I know Joshua's a great fighter. I was definitely interested in replacing Jarrell Miller." So he made a statement saying that he would have loved to replace Miller. He's sparred Joshua many rounds. He's 6'5", he's a southpaw. He has 20 wins, 13 knockouts, and 1 no contest. That no contest came against Nick Kinzer. Was a first round accidental headbutt, which cut Nick. Otto Wallin was in control for most of the fights in the first round. Decent, establishing with the jab. And Otto Wallin was just bigger, and had a better boxing IQ, and obviously, the cut affected Nick, and he had to pull out, which is now down as a no contest. But it was an interesting. That was the most recent fight that he's got actually, which was against Nick. Obviously, Wallin lost twice on points to Joshua in the amateurs, and since then Joshua's brought him on as a sparring partner. So this guy is he's no Tom Schwarz. He's not at the top level. I mean, he's definitely not somebody I would have expected Fury to fight. I would have expected Fury to fight. Fury being the number 1 heavyweight, being your champion, you would have expected him to fight someone better. But, I wasn't really surprised because I didn't think he was going to have a tough fight or possibly a tough fight. Even a Pulev, a Jarrell Miller. Why have that when you've got Deontay Wilder next? Big money. It don't make sense. People will complain, but strategically, it makes more sense to him fighting someone at Otto Wallin level. He's about, I wouldn't say top 15, maybe top 20, top 25. He's definitely in the bracket. Some of his strengths, he comes forward and he's got a snappy jab. His jab is, his best friend. He likes to use the jab a lot. He seems very ambitious. He comes forward. He's got good body work. He likes the left foot to the body. He's very mobile. He's got good upper body work, good feet for heavyweight. Not the most powerful as punches, but he can hit you. If he gets you hurt, he'll go for it. And he's got a decent boxing IQ. He knows the ring well. He can move around the ring quite well. One of the fights that I watched him was against the fight before Nick Kinzer was against Adrian Granata, which was, I think, his best win actually on his record. In that fight, he was controlling the fight. First few rounds, he was outboxing Granata. Granata landed a few right hands, so Wallin took it. He moved around good. He was hurting him to the body a lot. He did a lot of good body work in that fight. It was a really good fight. Not the best fight to watch, but it was a very tactical fight. I liked looking at Wallin's movement was really good. Both of them didn't come out their comfort shell. It was quite a decently fought pace. It was kind of like everyone, both of them were okay with how they were fighting in that pace. But Otto, his strengths, obviously, he showed good leg movement. He showed to get off and shuffle off the ropes quite well. So we know he's got that decent, he's got that normal boxing IQ. He's got the basics, to be honest. Do I think he can beat Fury? No. Would Fury be the favourite heavily? Yes. But is he a Tom Schwarz? No. What does that mean? So he's going to bring a bit more something to the table. He's, I've spoken to one of my friends and he was saying, would you say he's a younger version of Fury? No, not really. I mean, he might be a bit more mobile than Fury. We'll see how he comes in the ring and how he comes in and weighs in. But I definitely expect this fight to go rounds. I will say if the Fury and Otto Wallin fight gets made, I will be shocked if Fury gets him out of there in 2 rounds. I will be shocked. Put it that way. That's why I'm telling you he's not a Tom Schwarz. This fight should go a few rounds. I expect him to give Fury some tricky moments. He is fast. He is nimble. He's quite tall, so obviously Fury's got the reach advantage. But he's sparred into Joshua. He knows he hasn't fought at the top level. Let's be honest. He hasn't even fought European or British level, really. Maybe in his country he has, I don't know. But he hasn't really fought anybody. Again, his best opponent is Andre Granata. So he's not the best record. But at the end of the day, this is an opportunity. I think he's got he's a much better boxer than Tom Schwarz. He's got more of ambition than Tom Schwarz, and I think he'll come to fight. And I think it's a decent opponent. I've seen a lot of people, who is Otto Wallin? You got the Wilders of the world complaining about him fighting Otto Wallin, but Wilder fought journeyman that journeyman don't know. I know, but Wilder's fought guys that even journeyman don't know. I mean, Wilder's fought. I can't even explain who Wilder's fought. His first 20-25 fights were complete nobodies. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But listen, that's another subject to talk about. But yeah, Otto Wallin, guys, I'm telling you, he's game. I'm not saying he's gonna beat Fury. I'd be shocked if Fury gets him out there quick, and I'd also be shocked if he manages to stop Fury. So either way, but closer to the fight, when he gets predicted, when he gets properly confirmed, I'll make a prediction, I'll make a review on the fight. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Otto Wallin, he's a good heavyweight, and it should be an interesting fight if he gets the Fury fight. I'm out.